Hey everyone, rather than going out here, back with more Rome Total War Remastered, the Julii. It sure feels like there's a lot going on in this Eastern War, but it also feels like a lost cause for my enemies, doesn't it? I'm getting serious frame drops here. Let me restart the game real quick. Okay, this is much better. I'm not quite sure what was going on previously, but I had the game open for about 3 hours of recording at that point, so this is much smoother now. Now, previously, Antioch was mad as hell. We were getting on a boat to go to Cyprus in the future turns. We just accepted that we're going to war with Egypt because, you know, the Seleucids didn't hold their empire well enough to be worth going to war with. This is moving around to eventually pick up reinforcing armies at Antioch. My horse archers are here to just empty their quivers into this militia army and then leave. This was a scout. Hopefully he retreats back into the city. At Sinope, we no longer have to queue all these peasants. We can actually have it at its proper population. And all of these mercenaries are going to get on a boat. Let's see if we're going to need more garrison than that. We are going to need more garrison than that. I'll recruit the next unit of peasants now. Just in case. I need 2 and not 3. Looks like I won't need the third one though, so I'm wasting money just to be safe. Here, all of these units will get on this boat and sail east to Armenia. They'll pick up the mercenaries along the way. Now we'll need 2 boats for that, so seeing as I don't have a second boat nearby, I probably should have moved this one north, now that I think about it. Yeah, if I had moved it north, it would have timed out perfectly. But oh well, now it is going this direction instead. And that means that rather than making this Equites, I'll be making another boat. Now, Batavia was still furious and might actually riot again, which is sort of a hilarious conclusion to me trying to do the Marian reforms, is that I move my capital and the city riots itself back into the Stone Age instead of actually growing to size 5. Now, I think that if I disband this Equites, my population goes up to 600, which is enough to recruit a unit of light infantry, specifically the Town Watch. I only need 160, so I can almost disband this one, but I can't quite do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disband this unit of Equites, which gives me enough population now to recruit a unit of Town Watch, which gives me more garrison. But I think I'm already at 80, aren't I? Yeah, no, they're just furious. There's nothing I can do to fix it. And here it looks like it's much the same story. Although the garrison's much lower, so I can actually theoretically fix it in Cirta, unlike Dimity, which is just losing its mind and never going to be okay. Here in Carthage, I can put the units on a boat. I'll bring this boat up here so that it's slightly safer to pirates. And we aren't leaving Palma until next turn due to fear of pirates, so I believe that's it for this turn. No, Salona's very upset with me because of its rapid population growth as well. Just need to drop its tax rate though and it'll be fine. And I'm sure that I've forgotten about my spies, because I always do. Yep, let's get these moving down into Rome. Where's the other one? Oh, my other spy appears to have died of old age. Well, I guess I just had the one then. So, that'll be the turn. Are you trying to sally forth? That's an army of town guard. Don't you try to fool me. Alright. It's time for a fucking slaughter, I guess. Okay. Now, I think that they're going to come in center right of the map. So I'm going to line it like Equites here. And let's see where they actually come in. They're coming in at the top. Oh, they don't always come in the center. This is not dead middle. But these Equites are just going to kill their Town Watch immediately. I'm going to pull this line back and thin it out, since their line is wider than I was expecting it to be. And I have really no fear here that we lose this. I'm just going to be chain routing Town Militia to the end of time. This unit moves left, this one moves right. This winning circles behind. Then we figure out what they're doing. It sort of looks like they're ignoring us, which is the wrong answer. So that's a rout just immediately. Yeah. Okay. How's this going? About how you'd expect it to go. They're just moving towards me. Down here, I'm going to move this to actually continue flanking the next army. These are at fire at will, right? Yeah. Based on the way they're trying to flank, I'm actually going to pull this back. Gonna have to stop that retreat because apparently they're charging. I'll just charge this unit that's on the exposed edge. You routed from a charge of town infantry, you coward? I thought Principes had good morale. What is this nonsense? Oh, no, they actually don't have good morale. That's Triarii only. Alright, I have to pull this back because if it gets caught by the enemy general, that actually will be me losing the fight. Its job is now... This one needs to charge this and break it. Nice. This is now going to be leading the rest of them on a merry chase. They routed as soon as they got engaged, like you do. But this Principe has actually held the line. Yeah, their morale is almost as bad as mine. I'm actually just going to have all of this line up and not even engage. And I'm going to use my remaining equites to run down this town infantry while I have the chance. Well, they didn't really handle the pull-back command very well. Is this actually routing? No, it's fighting. And it believes it's winning. I believe that's because my equites just ran into it and didn't actually charge it. Which is fascinating. These also think they're losing. Let me tell you, my equites have not been doing their fucking job this game.
It'd be better for your general to fall on his sword than live another day. He is running away.
Imagine losing this fight. Looks like we actually might. Because their general's just gonna kill 4 fucking units of Principes on his own. Yeah, the route's happening, and that's gonna be the end of this. Jesus, what a fucking nightmare. If the general would die, they would just fucking chain route and lose, but you know. That's just ridiculous. Why would an enemy general die? There we go. Now it's just a matter of whose morale is actually worse, and the answer should fucking be theirs. What a disaster. Get these equites out so they can start running down enemy units. Okay. Well, I'm glad we're killing Carthage. I was worried that we're going to start the game by taking out their capital and then never actually wipe them out. But this should be 85% and the city conquered. Yeah, nothing left. So I wasn't really expecting to draw them out here, but apparently they believed that they could win that, and in spite of all evidence to the contrary, they were almost correct. Now, based on how all the western cities have been going, I'm just going to exterminate this, because I know I need to. Another one bites the dust. Goodbye, Carthage. And Flavius just died of old age. Well. It's a shame he didn't quite make it to the end of the campaign. I will adopt the guy who conquered Corrales. We have riding in Segesta. Oh, this was not enough to fix it, actually. I'll be recruiting a second unit of peasants here, then. Riding in Batavium again. Be recruiting more peasants. Are they already at full garrison? Of course not, right? Garrison 5%. It was the first thing I did this turn. Fuck off. There just seems to be a lot of rioting these days, huh? Hopefully they get another system soon, because, I mean, there's literally nothing I can do for this town. Like, it has full garrison happiness. I'm not moving my capital back west. Fuck all of you. And Palma is also unhappy, which I knew was coming. Recruit peasants, and that should help with the garrison problems here. But yeah, fuck them. It'll sort itself out eventually. So, Quintus Victor is now our faction leader. He's about to march on Rome. Just finished his victory lap in time, I guess. Spy heads to Rome. It is sort of, like, thematically fitting, I suppose. That the faction leader dies, and as soon as the next guy comes into power, it's like, alright, time for a civil war in Rome. Oh, Patavium. You were so close to triggering the Marian reforms, but at this point I almost don't even care anymore. That's kind of evidenced by the whole campaign, right? Just like everyone's rioting and I'm stubbornly refusing not to move my capital back to the left. First things first, we're at war with Egypt, so let's figure out where our troops are getting dropped off. The answer is right here. Can he not reach this turn? Well, the cavalry definitely can, so it's fine. Start the rams and then send the guys who will actually be carrying the rams. Just gonna move this back to the port. Not even going to attempt to stick around. It looks like this is an enemy navy with 3 units on it, but that won't matter. This army did nothing, including attack my units, which is strange. Oh, Mazaka's just been recruiting Hastati to stabilize itself for a while now. Turns out I don't want Hastati being in Mazaka, I want them going somewhere useful. Here I'm going to continue, well, this no longer feels like the safe path since he's not sieging the city. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. But I'll have these Hastati slowly travel the same path. Now this Hastati actually can't do anything useful, but I'm going to try to have him start moving back towards the city. And this is a waste of my time, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to empty my quivers at these guys. The hard part of these horse archer factions is going to be not getting bored and stopping. Because, you know, like this should not be a thing I'm allowed to do. Like, I'm killing so many fucking people. This isn't hard to do. I'm not good at the game. It's just like, yeah, they're just tightly packed masses of unarmored dudes with spears. So I figure there should be less of those in my lands. Just like, Jesus! How many men are dead right now? I can't stop to check until I'm out of arrows at least. And oh hey, this one's routing, so I guess we'll physically stab him to death. Alright guys, it's been fun. Thank you for the target practice, but we're gonna peace out. They routed on their own, I didn't need to click the button, but you know, we just killed fucking 430 men or so? Nice. Did he say Roman honors and tatters after this? Oh, and he even went the right way. They both did. They're inside the city now. Now if he sieges me, I can sally out with these horse archers every single turn. Oh no. Well, that's very funny. Poor Seleucid Empire. And since we're already at war, we have now no reason whatsoever. Wait. Mercenaries. Nah, it's just terrible, isn't it? I mean, these are missile cavalry, but camels are much slower than horses, I remember correctly, so I don't even want them. Alright, let's build some rams. Are there better mercenaries here? Probably not. That'll be hard to know. Okay. We're not rioting here anymore, but I mean, like, if I try to leave with even half of this, I'm pretty sure that's a riot, yeah. So I'm just gonna have this stick around for a couple of turns, except that I can't really get out of the city until the unrest goes down. As opposed to other cities of my empire, we're like, oh yeah, the unrest is, you know, at 50% right now, so I guess they're just gonna be rioting until they get that out of their system. See, this sort of shit's the reason that I have to keep my people on boats. Unfortunately, I literally can't get out of range of this rebel this turn, but he's only got 2 boats, so I should just be safe. Now here in Corrales, yeah, these armies are supposed to have more men left in them, and Corrales was supposed to be able to recruit something. Or get a man of the hour, you know, if he hadn't just literally died for no reason. I think I adjusted tax rate somewhere, and that's what killed him. Jesus. Their population's so low that if I just, like, disband 1 unit to make a town guard, they should be fine, I think. To test this, I'm gonna put everyone except for 1 Principe on the boat. And yeah, that's definitely true. And what I'm losing is probably equivalent to 1 Principe anyway, so I'll just leave them there as the garrison. And I'll move up to here and drop them off in case there's something intercepting me. And I'll get them retrained in Iridium. And we're getting pretty close to Civil War time. I think I might have forgotten to move the armies for a turn, which is fucking embarrassing. Like, literally could not mess up harder than that. There's kind of a lot of boats around here that I'm not a big fan of. Have this Equites just walk back to Thurman, so it can be replaced by a general. Oh, the general's not here yet. The general's in a different boat, isn't he? I mean, he's somewhere. Oh, he's walking down, like, actually slowly himself. Here I'm gonna have the Astati get dropped off next to Sparta. And this boat's just going to get in the port and come around the long way next turn. These guys are actually getting back in their boat, going all the way down the coast. Now we'll hop out and check for mercenaries here. Trash. Well, not trash, but not Cretan archers, not Rhodian slingers. We're getting to the point where, like, I could definitely go to war now with Rome. But I mean, hey, there's no prepared like comically over-prepared, right? Oh, right, yeah. My general for this army went away because he was my faction leader, and he just sort of kicked the bucket right before we did this. That's ill-timed. Well, whatever. It happens. Glad I hired the horse archers early, I guess. So if I were to leave like 1 unit of Equites in the city, they'd be pretty furious. So I'm going to have all of this stay in the city for this turn. Have these get on one of the boats. I haven't seen a single Black Sea pirate, so I'm going to send it out now. And I guess we'll get our generals versus Armenia by getting Man of the Hour. And of course, I should probably actually continue making my units if I'm going to be building more legions. I'll feel pretty shit if a few turns from now I realize I just stopped making the units I need to make this whole legion thing happen. So the second legion is pretty much already assembled, or at least the second legion from the Peloponnesus. There's definitely 1 legion of units already in this area. This is about to finish and allow me to train even more. And at this point, I have to wonder, is it even the right thing for me to... That needed to stay where it was. I'm going to send 2 Hastati from here to Segesta to fix the garrison problems. And I'm going to disband all of these units because, like, I've already made them. This was their purpose. But Batavium is still not quite to 24,000. We will probably trigger the merit uniforms, though. It's just a question of, is it when I get to 24,000 or when I finish the building? And I suspect it's the latter. I think that's the turn, though. It's just, do I want to build anything in these cities? And the answer is peasants for garrison, honestly. Not for pumping Batavium anymore, but just to garrison for happiness. Because I'm going to need it. Alright, I'm going to save my game and hit in turn. Does anything happen? Alright, cool. I was expecting there to be something somewhere I'd clearly forgotten immediately.
Dear friend.
Honestly, Parthia, I haven't spent my money in a while. I may as well spend it having friends. Oh, hey, they did go for it. And our quote-unquote navy did win. This one probably won't, but they didn't get sunk, which is what matters. The boat had no one on it, though, if I'm remembering boats correctly. Rioting and Batavium still, you assholes. They are gaining population despite the constant deaths. Now, checking happiness. They're nowhere near fixing it. Good, perfect. Build sewers. And honestly, I'm going to have all of these cities build another round of peasants. And send their previous round of peasants to Batavium to garrison the city. Because evidently it needs the help. Now a town expands. Not Batavium, because they've fucking murdered themselves. Are they at low tax rate already? No, good. I'm going to set them to low. They're probably going to riot in the next turn or so if I forget about this. City expands. Larissa. Well, I'm glad I read that before I accidentally clicked the get rid of button. For a second, I thought Larissa had gotten to 24,000 and I just didn't realize it with no effort from me, and I was going to be very upset. Or no direct input, rather. But no, it's just getting to 12k. Candidate for adoption, I probably should have done this immediately, because now he's fucking dead. Rioting and Palma. Yes, of course. Build a temple, and build and retrain as many peasants as you can to try to slowly fix the problem. Alright, so this fleet continues back towards my main... So this fleet continues back towards my mainland holdings in Italy. This army gets on the boat and heads to Arretium. And then the boat's going to try to rejoin with the rest of my navy. You know, if they actually were to grow like this turn, and it triggers on growth, it would be very bad for me, because I wouldn't be able to retrain these units. Now, this army needs a general. And their general is this man right here. Unfortunately, his boat can't reach any safe locations just now, so I'll need to recruit a new boat in Apollina. I'll just have the army move up here to get on the boat, since they're going to be his army on that boat. Have him move closer. And this is going to be the army that starts off probably at Croton and moves north. The army I'm building here is going to start off at this stack and take a ferry to Tarentum. 2 stacks are going to start up here and just sweep down through Rome and Capua, and we'll all group up in Sicily for a big party with the Scipii stacks. Now, of course, I need to continue recruiting units, which means Principes... Oh, Sparta's out of population again. Well, they made it just far enough, just like last time. Estati, Equites, Estati. I guess Equites here, so that means that you need to switch over to Estati. Unless we have too much cavalry, which is hard to do, but when it's shitty light cavalry, it's actually possible.
Ready to sail.
Well, this first army needs to sail east.
Set sail.
This is actually a rebel settlement. No, it's not. It's Scythian. It just looked very rebel for a second. So, taking all these units, moving them out of the city, they are furious. They're also able to have their taxes lowered, though, so they can deal with it. This boat will also start heading east. This army didn't do anything about these cavalry archers, so I guess twice in the same video, let's do it again. Almost messed this up. Didn't realize I'd got into the corner of the map. Alright, so the rally point for retreating is the opposite side of this army, which means I need to run all the way around them before I hit retreat. And it looks like I managed to kill about 500 men, just literally for free. So Seleucia so far has lost nearly 1,000 men to 2 units of horse archers. I've been clearly defeated. Oh, Roman honor will never recover. Jesus, that's stupid. Now, in these areas, I realize I should be recruiting, like I'm trying to make a new legion, because I basically am. Since I have a unit of archers, I should be able to smash this fight. So let's handle this before we end the video. It says that I can auto-resolve. I would like to not play this because it's going to be very easy, but I lose 400 men, so let's go through the tedious motions of doing it ourselves. If it doesn't crash Rome. You know, it's a really good defense against save scumming. When you crash the game by reloading, it really incentivizes playing Iron Man. So, not all that surprisingly, they have no interest in leaving the city square. But I should be able to bait them out with my archers. And man, these are no Cretan archers. This range is very mundane. Okay, so I'm going to be using a... There's a glitch right now where units randomly position themselves. I'm not going to bother trying to fix it. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to try to use these archers to bait out their spearmen. And once I get them to come out, I'm just going to retreat backwards. Their units should get stuck on the Hastati, and then I can just crush them with cavalry from both sides. So, where the fuck? Is that a path? No, it is not a path, evidently. Okay, so I won't be leaving my archers out of the city this time. I'm going to have them stay in the city. That apparently was too far away. They're taking a shortcut to fucking somewhere. Oh no, they're still... Guys, your lives are valuable. Don't just walk out there. Okay. And at this point, they've just thrown their lives away. Once the phalanx lifts and faces the other direction, this Equites can charge in. The Hastati are just serving to pen. And at this point, the Equites aren't doing a damn thing, so I may as well just pull them from the fight.
The enemy general flees. Press forward so the spirit of his army is broken too. Great.
Now the Hastati need to break off and just get out of the way. Oh, it's already completely dead. That was exceptionally brutal. I wonder if perhaps the spearmen that Egypt is fielding are more shit than usual. Yeah, they did take an entire Hastati of javelin to their flank, so maybe that's it. Okay, so like this hitbox for the building is outrageous. Let's get their attention and then get out the way. Oh, they just stopped. If they keep doing that, I'll have to use a different strategy. But I think I just need to wait longer before running. Well, they didn't leave, but that was enough for the enemy to get bored. So at this point, I've realized I need to send my Equites to encircle them in other locations. Okay. So now I'm just going to try to get them once they've left the main area. And rather than having the Astati here, I'm just going to have an Equites unit here. So now, like 3rd, 4th, 5th verse, same as the first. We shoot them, we get their attention. We're going to bait for a little while before we back off. Now we're going to back off. Yeah, okay. So I'm realizing that I don't need to charge immediately. I can just keep doing this. I mean, I've killed over half of them. Okay. This time I'm actually going to commit to it, though. I think I can just win the fight by charging now. Unfortunately, I do lose Equites doing this, but I also killed them. Actually, I only lost like 30 Equites.
This is a heroic victory, worthy of Roman.
I'm not sure how heroic it was, but if you want to give me Man of the Hour, I have lost a few odd options just for no reason, so it'd be nice. And this should be pretty easy to hold. The population's low enough that I want to occupy so I can retrain units. Silly me thinking they had infrastructure. Well, I can now build peasants and have the rest of them just immediately leave. I'm sure at low taxes with peasants coming, they'll be fine. On the boats. Good news, only place they can get off the boat is next to a city. Bad news, I have no idea how defended that city is. Extra bad news, I can't actually get them off the boat. I don't want to save, I wanted, like, Control A to select all, and yeah, I actually can't get off the boat. Well, if I was actually able to get off the boat, I'd be attacking Sidon this turn. But I'm doing something else. So I still need to keep this moving around to eventually try to have this army down here. This army would be better off on the coast here to get on the second boat coming past, I think. Or if the first boat. I can do it however I want, I guess. In terms of infrastructure, I'm building my legions down here. I'm building peasants and legions up here. Carthage needs less taxes, it's losing its mind. Same for Thapsus, or it's getting there, rather. I think I'm getting to the point where my growth has outstripped my ability to make people happy. We're at 47 family members, 44 regions. That is a lot of fucking family members. Oh, not generals, but family members. Alright, that makes more sense. We're number 1 in everything, but only 2 in finances, despite not spending several turns of income at this point. Now, I'm actually going to build the most important unit of all here. Oh, I need to retrain everything for the blacksmith that just finished. But the most important unit in the whole game, this diplomat. Because I'm going to start bribing Roman generals. These are my units, not theirs. And rather than building peasants here, I'm actually going to start building archers instead. They're a little bit worse for garrison, but I've got a lot of peasants coming in for garrison. I think that's this whole turn. And if it is... It feels so weird. I have so many armies, but they're just not doing anything right now. That feels so intensely wrong. But yeah, that's this turn handled. Next turn, we start gathering our second legion in Athens, or in the Peloponnesus, rather. Okay, this is one thing we haven't done. Good, I'm glad I kept thinking I had stuff to do. This man can hire more mercenaries, specifically range units down here. And on the way back up, I will hire literally everything in a mercenary army. Back here in Sparta last time, I passed on some Illyrian mercenaries, or are these just Peltas mercenaries? They're just mercenary Peltas. They're substantially worse, but still good enough. These are start coming back up and gathering all the mercenaries from all the lands. Gonna stop at Thermon and then cross over to Syracuse, probably. But I need a second boat, which is going to be this boat. We're building a boat here. I think that's all of my infrastructure, which means the turn is over. Oh yeah, I have a spy moving around. Patavium fucking rebolted. Patavium, you incompetent bitch. Oh, that's so fucking funny, actually. Oh, hey, Egypt. I'm pretty sure I can sally forth against that very easily.
Our fleet is under attack.
That boat is fucking experienced, goddamn. The ship didn't get sunk, though. And in fact, they pushed it further into their territory where I can conquer something else. Are you trying to bribe me, Britannia?
Dear friend.
I mean, fuck it. I like friends and I don't need this money. So, immediately accept, don't let it happen. Civil revolt in Batavia. So, do I know what kind of units you got? Guys, I spent so much time making you good proper Romans, and you do this? Guys. Alright. So that's gonna be the end of this video. I'm gonna deal with this fucking hilarious failure later. That'll be next time. However, before I go, I can't help but notice the Seleucids didn't do anything here. So let's make it 3 times in one video. I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna be hard commenting on the Horse Archer factions. Like, I do a lot of talking about strategy, how I'm arranging my units, why. I'm putting my Horse Archers in range of them so I can kill them. But I don't get attacked back because I'm on a horse. I'm not a normal archer, you see, I'm a Horse Archer. And then I walk away from them because they have to be in melee range to attack me. Which is a distinct vulnerability of all other units than Horse Archers. So, I'm just gonna keep walking away from them and shooting my arrows until I run out of arrows. At which point, I will leave the battlefield. So, I suppose this is the end of the video. I don't know if the Horse Archer campaigns are actually going to be fun to watch, because this seems kind of tedious, honestly. But that's the end of this video. I've been rather Incoherent. I hope you liked the video. And if you did, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing and all of that jazz, because it really helps the channel grow. And I'll see you around.